Hello, honor students. How are you? Let's today go for one of the greatest poets ever, Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope, 1688, 1744. Alexander Pope was born in London in 1688. His father, Edith Pope, was a Roman Catholic linen merchant who was 44 when Alexander, his only child, was born. Edith Pope belonged to a large Yorkshire family, which divided along Catholic and Protestant lines. Pope spent his early childhood at Binfield on the edge of Windsor Forest and recalled this period as a golden age. Joseph Spence, a critic, minor poet, and Pope's biographer, tells that Pope was a child of a particularly sweet tempers and had great deal of sweetness in his look when he was a boy. Due to his melodious voice, he was nicknamed the Little Nightingale. Alexander Pope, most of the time, he spent in reading books from his father's library. He did nothing but write. While still at school, Pope wrote a play based on speeches from the Iliad. Samuel Johnson tells that Pope's early epic poem, called Alecander, was burned at the suggestion of Francis Atterbury. What about essay on criticism? After moving to London, Pope published his first major work, an essay on criticism. This discussion was based on new classical doctrines and derived standards of taste from the order of nature. Good sense must ever join. To err is human, to forgive divine. Wow! Alexander Pope had a mock epic, The Rape of the Lockmaid, and that made Pope known to a general audience. We all knew him through that, based on an actual incident in 1711, when Robert Lord Peter, the Baron, publicity cut a lock of hair from the head of Arabella Fermor. Belinda, he said, and was said to have been written at the request of a friend to encourage a rapprochement between the families. The poem nimbly depicts the foibles of high society. Before becoming one of the members of Scribner's Club, Pope associated with anti-Catholic Whig friends, but by 1713 he had moved towards the Tories. His friends among Tory intellectuals included Jonathan Swift, Gay Congreve, and Robert Harley, 1st Earl of Oxford. Alexander Pope admired Horace and Virgilius and valued them as models of poetry. His great achievements were the translations of Iliad and Odyssey into English. I love the Odyssey. The success of the translations enabled him to move to Twickenham from anti-Catholic pressure of the Jacobites. Alexander Pope, however, remained a Catholic even after the death of his father, 1717, and his mother, 1733. Pope's collected works were published in 1717. He was one of the first professional poets to be self-sufficient as a result of his non-dramatic writings. If you think that you learned something new today about Alexander Pope, thumb up for like, drop a comment or a query if you have one, I'll answer you. share with others. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more about Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope, one of the greatest in the 17th century. See you soon. Bye.